As you can see, all the pictures are acting up, like they should. These were not doing anything until I moved the attribute cues, and I'm gonna show y'all how to do this right quick. Okay, so number one thing that you're gonna want to do, you don't want to go into your DMX universe and make sure that the libraries are so extensive now since when they first started Soundswitch, and just about anything that you can think of as far as like the manufacturers is gonna be in here. I'm talking about anything, even the generic brands, which a lot of us are familiar with all this Chinese stuff, whatever. And if you didn't know, even the big name brand lights, the majority of them come from the other side of the hemisphere, which happens to be China or Taiwan or whatever, manufacturing companies, even from here, from Canada, United States, Mexico, whatever. You're gonna find them. You're gonna find them. The last ones that I updated was my mega bars. I'm gonna end up getting some other ones. The U Kings, they're in here too. I think there was some people asking about this a while back. Just to verify, let me see, let's go through it. And voila, there's U King, nothing comes up though. We'll do the other one, well, they should come up. If they don't, then it's because nobody has called Soundswitch and gave them information like this is the American DJ, so whenever you get a chance, you'll want to take as many pictures as possible, and you give them all this information, especially all of this, and it's helpful for them to know as much information as possible, so they can incorporate it into their database. All these deals cannot happen without our help. A lot of people complain and whine and this and that they can't figure the damn thing out. Well, it's not gonna be given to you. You gotta help them out too. Soundswitch, Denon, Virtual DJ, Serato, the people that made the Control One. I also get a lot of people that they hook it up and it's like, okay, my lights don't work. Maybe you haven't updated the firmware, on this, or the software, pertaining to Soundswitch, because this will notify you to upgrade. This was originally in October 2019 Windows 10 brand new laptop as an HP Pavilion. It only has 8 gigs of RAM. I did have a couple of issues a while back where it was snap, crackling, and popping, because of Virtual DJ and also Serato. But I did a couple of movements there for the latency, and that fits everything, and I can do everything on one laptop. I have another one, but it's all good, whatever. So, anyways, with that being said, when you go in here, you want to make sure that you set everything up correctly. Whatever it is that your fixtures are, first of all, you got to know what they are. If they're moving heads or if they're pars. They got all kinds of stuff here. Fog machines. They can control all kinds of stuff. The sparklers, fog machines, lasers, whatever it is. I mean, if it's not here, they'll update it. Like lately, a lot of people don't even know their brand, but I know this is one of those Chinese brands, the Yuking, that's becoming popular. Because if you can't afford the top-notch, Chalvets, or even some that are not even, I don't even think that they're here, like Art Fots or something like that. That's one light alone is like $1,000. All of these lights didn't even cost me that much. I actually got a pretty good deal on them, and thankfully that Soundswitch helped me connect all of them, and I'm still gonna get more lights thanks to Soundswitch. And depending on how we take a turn, for the better, throughout this pandemic, I'm hoping and praying that everybody makes it out, correctly, and that we can go out there and enjoy what we want to, do. So Even though I've already auto scripted this one track, I haven't really gone in there and tweaked it out. The only thing that I did notice earlier, and I'm gonna do this just because, since this is a hip hop song, I chose, the adaptive low BPM deal. You can come in here, and now there's a bunch of other stuff that you can actually choose. As far as like what you want, for whatever type of music. So I did the hip hop and R&B, and I chose, custom colors, whatever. And you can move all of these parameters. You just gotta know what it's for. So like I was saying earlier, and then yeah, if you leave, the cursor there, it's gonna explain to you exactly, what's going on, and you can either apply or cancel. So earlier, since I already scripted, I don't need to do that. My issue was that my movers were not moving right, all right? And I did tell y'all that I was gonna show y'all. So, by mistake, I clicked on the positions here, and bam, I clicked on this. Double click, and you'll get this. All these are the positions for each one of your fixtures. Whatever fixtures, are gonna suit for the positions. In this case, the only thing that shows up are my quads because those are my movers. Obviously, the other ones are just washes. So that's why I only have 4 fixtures coming up. And if you move these, whichever way you move them, you're gonna be able to see. Okay, like this one's gonna be my last one, so that's gonna be this one right here. You're gonna see right now I'm gonna manipulate it. So I'm gonna take this cursor and I'm gonna start moving it. See? You move it everywhere, anywhere you want, anywhere you want. So since this is positioned towards the disco ball, I'm gonna put it back, wherever it was. I can just choose to cancel, and everything should be back to normal. Let's try it. And sure enough, back to normal. Because I'm assuming that the position for the disco ball is gonna be somewhere right there in the center, whatever. So, I got the lights somewhat fixated because these will be inverted on my truss from on stage. And stage left, I decided to do all my movers to move to the left. So again, even though for me it's facing, the opposite direction, once I invert it, then it should be facing, left again. Basically, this is gonna be inverted, so I can get a feel for it. And stage right, as soon as I do that, they move right. And this is just playing with it, which is what you really got to do for each fixture, because they're all fixated here in the center. And you got to go through the graph. It would be nice if Soundswitch would incorporate a 3D visualizer, which they've been trying to tell me to get one, but hell, you're talking about spending almost as much as you would spend to buy this program, which is $300. And hell, we're not all that made of money, whatever. So Soundswitch, if you can at least come up with a decent visualizer, that will really help us out to be able to position these where we need them once we get there. Again, I positioned this for the dance floor because I'm going under the assumption that once they're inverted, then this will be facing towards the ground, right? And then the DJ booth, obviously, that's gonna come, and there'll be somewhat behind this. But the beauty of this, you can fixate, put your movers however you want. That's a crossover pattern. Up, would be straight up, of course. Again, these will be inverted, so it's facing down. And down right now would be facing up, And then, the stage center, you would assume you got your guests of honor on the floor and all the lights would be hitting them. And the cake, well, I didn't mess around with the cake, just left it, that's the default. And, once you do that, then you just apply. And if you start, to play, Alright, hold on. We'll go through the beginning of the track. And that's how my fixtures were able to move around. At first, they would just stay up and the gobos were going off and stuff like that. And, you know, you get a pretty good, you know, like, oh, okay, it's leading up to something. I haven't really messed around with it like that. I don't have time because I'm going to end up trying to auto-script all my tracks. But, you know, one of these is, this is my primary on this RGB 50. And then this is the secondary, so that's why they kind of fluctuate there. Primary, secondary, secondary, primary. So these ones are together. Primary, secondary, secondary, and primary. So let me go ahead and stop this because I don't want YouTube to flag me on it. And again, all of this you should be able to control through here. Let's see. Let's try it. So let's say strobe. Let's see. Yeah, let's strobe. So, you know, the movements, if I do the movements, then obviously I'm just going to go through the movements of the world. But y'all can figure it out. Well, I'm going to make this as short as I can. I like doing my videos raw. I do occasionally get some people that, you know, are just assholes and just want to come out here, bitch and whine because they didn't get whatever somebody was saying or they couldn't understand or the camera movement. I'm not a professional videographer and I don't have anything connected as far as like the sound because, I mean, I'm just recording straight, you know, to my iPhone 13 Pro Max, you know, phone. And I'm a DJ, you know, apart from other stuff. I mean, but I'll try to give you all as much information as I can. And hopefully this will help out somebody. So please like, share, and subscribe, and definitely comment. I don't really care if you do a negative comment. I'm just not going to pay attention. I wouldn't even give you the time of day because to me, a negative comment, not unless it has something that can, you know, actually back up, you know, the reason the comment's being made, then maybe I'll give it some attention. But if you're gonna be rude, be an asshole, hell, I was in Supermats, so what do you think? I mean, I'm not gonna get into my feelings, but you know, whatever. Y'all enjoy. Thank you.